Huh? Who's Norman? Oh, God. Don't scare me like that, Norman. You loser. Push him down. Snatch his glasses off. Hang him up by his pull string. Like, get him out of here. Jesus. Hello, and welcome back to Bad Summer. If you're new here, hi. I'm Voyia. It would mean the world to me that if you enjoyed any of my videos, if you ever see me on your FYP, that you like, comment, subscribe, and hype the video. Okay, it's gonna be a little weird trying to add that in there because I'm just used to saying like, comment, and subscribe. So instead of comment, I'm gonna switch comment out for hype. Like and subscribe. Okay, hype the video up. There's a hype button on the side. Like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to join our family. We are on our way to become a big YouTuber. Yeah, and the only way we can do that is with the support from you guys. So it would mean the world to me if you just took your finger and boop and poke that button. Okay, now let's get into the game. I think I skipped dialogue. I'm not for sure, but I'm gonna read the coughing and sputtering part because I don't know if I missed this. But if you weren't here, okay, Jenny fell in the ocean. Or not the ocean, Lord. She fell in a river, a lake, something. She fell in something. She fell in a body of water and almost drowned. And Jake came and got us. So now I'm gonna have to get on my knees and thank him, because I'm still coughing and sputtering up. I don't have my strength to stand on my legs and thank him, so I have to do it on my knees. Where's y'all mind at? Anyways, let's continue. Coughing and sputtering, I collapsed onto the muddy bank, which I couldn't say yesterday in the last video. Oh my God, I kept saying bark, bridge. I think I said something with a B, but it was not bank. Waterlogged and shivering. Oh, poor thing. My clothes clung to me, heavy and cold, each movement sending a wave of icy discomfort through my body. I gasped for breath, my lungs burning from the shock and exertion. And that should put us here. Jesus, all in my ear, Jenny? For real? My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic rhythm against the sudden stillness. Okay. Are we going to open our eyes and see Jake? I think they said Jake saved us. It was Jake. Oh, look at them. They're all here. Especially Summer. I have my rankings, and so I asked you guys, what were you guys' rankings? Here's my rankings. Y'all can tell me in the comment section below or go to that post I posted. So first, between the guys, I'm going to rank them boys by themselves and girls by themselves. Between the girls, I was torn because I like Candy's down to earth look about her. I really like her down to earth look. And I love Summer. I forget her name. I know Candy. I think her name is Summer. If it's not Summer, anyway, the blonde. I love her look too. She's very beautiful, very pretty. I don't so much like her outfit, but it's summer. It's hot, as she's told you guys it's hot. So it's understandable she would wear less. I mean, most of us do in the summertime, but I think I'm gonna go Summer, then Candy. Oh, that hurts because they're both equally beautiful in their own way. I love it. As far as the guys go, I think I'm gonna say Andre first and Jake second. But Jake is more of my type. Like, I don't know. It's something about Andre that sticks out more than Jake, and I can't explain it. Maybe it's the mysterious glare. Maybe it's his attitude. I don't know what it is. Like, guys like girls with attitudes. I like guys with attitudes, but don't judge me. Okay, so maybe it's the attitude thing. I don't know. Suddenly, I was surrounded by others. Their faces swarmed into focus. Was that annoyance? Concern? It was hard to tell through the blur of my own panic. Candy was there, her brow furrowed, though on her it looked more like a cartoon confusion than actual worry. Her usual bright energy simmered just beneath the surface, barely contained. Oh, Summer. Her name is Summer. Okay. Summer was assessing the damage to the collapsed bridge, shaking her head. Jake twirled his marker between his fingers, his eyes locked on the crashing waves below. A crooked, unhinged grin tugged at his lips, like he wouldn't mind if the sea swallowed him whole. Oh, I think that's that artistic side of him. Sometimes artists say the weirdest things, and I mean like the true, like deep down artists. Like, oh, the ocean is so filled with melancholy, and you're like, what are you talking about? The ocean is just the ocean. Shut up. Like those type of people. They say the craziest things, and sometimes you just kind of like cringe a little bit. Andre leaned against a tree, arms crossed, his expression unreadable. He looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. Are you okay? What happened?
No.
You guys left me. That's what happened. You mean you left us? We reached a fork in the path, then we turned around and you were gone. We looked everywhere for you. Oh, I mean... So remember I said in the last one that this might have, your actions have consequences, just like real life? I'm wondering if us walking off that path to go look and see what that noise was, did that separate us in some way? Oh, that's kind of cool. It's scary because now I gotta really lock in, but that's cool that if that was the reason why we all got separated is because I decided to go look instead of keep walking. If I kept walking, I would have met up with them instead of going and looking and seeing what that noise was, checking it out like I'm the Scooby-Doo gang for some odd reason. Oh my goodness. Anyways, good thing we found you before you became fish food.
I hate to say it, but Jake's not wrong. First rule of hiking, stick to the marked trails.
I mean, she's got a point.
This bridge has been crumbling for years. Campers are strictly warned to avoid it. And staff, we should know better. Trying to cross was like begging for disaster.
Ah, okay, so they also tried to cross it too. Maybe they saw it's like, yeah, this is rickety. Let's find a different way around.
What were you thinking?
I
stumbled over my thoughts, scrambling for an excuse. What could I even say? That I bolted off the trail like a fool because of a shadow? That something was after me? They think I lost my mind.
sorry. I messed up. Big time. It won't happen again.
Well, at least she apologized. It is her fault. My fault. It is her fault that she that she walked off the wrong side. But I'm just saying, maybe, just maybe it was for the good, because now we know something is out here. We know something's out here. We saw it with our own two eyes, but it could have just been heat exhaustion. Summer crossed her arms over her chest. I'm convinced.
It better not. No more bridges, no more being chased after by bums. From now on, you're sticking with a partner.
Oh, yay.
A partner?
That's right. Here at Camp Bear Ridge, we got a buddy system. Newcomers get paired up for a few days to watch each other's backs, stick together, and stay out of trouble.
Okay.
Normally, it's for the 12-year-olds, but since you've got a talent for finding chaos, I'm making an exception. You've officially lost your solo privileges.
Listen, okay, Summer, I was curious, okay? And it's not Jenny's fault, it's my fault. I'm sorry. Maybe it's because she's hot. I don't care that she's yelling at me. She's hot. Don't judge me. She could yell at me if she wants to. She could literally choke me out. Don't save me. I'm right where I want to be. I went, a partner? Seriously?
I don't need a partner. I've just had some bad luck lately, and...
I'm doing this for your own good, Jenny. You thank me later. Your assigned buddy is...
Jake.
Yay. Jake looked up, marker frozen mid-spin.
Sweet!
Seriously? Dead serious. Jake lit up. A spark danced behind his eyes, bright and unnerving. Okay, at least Jake wants to be here with us. I don't mind that. Jake is hot. Look, they're all hot. They're all cute in their own way. Gorgeous models, actors, and actress. I guess that's what they're giving off. I don't know. He turned fully towards me, stepping in close, like it was the best news he'd heard all week. You and me, huh? I can work with that. He reached out and took my hand without hesitation, flipping it over and examining it intently, sort of like how I'm imagining he would study a work of art. I think he's still looking at his bunny. Your hands, they feel like artist hands, you know? Like you're ready to create something beautiful. Not with paint, obviously, but with music. I can almost hear a melody. My breath hitched as Jake's fingers brushed mine, bold and deliberate, like he was claiming something. Well, go ahead and claim these double chocolate chip booty cheeks. They belong to you now, Jake. I don't care what anybody says. Shut up. Don't judge me. My little melody. It wasn't just confidence. It was a quiet kind of possession, all too public and all too personal. I withdrew my hand instinctively. He smiled again, softer this time, but still intense. My pulse fluttered. Jenny needs someone who won't let her get swallowed by the river, and Jake, I got her. I do. Cross my heart. I'm kicking my feet, blushing, hiding my face. Oh my God. Just give me your phone number so we can meet up after camp. Like, you're fine. You're so fine. I bet he got a girlfriend at home too. Summer raised her eyebrow. Her eyes lowered to the bunny sketched across my forearm. Try not to turn Jenny into a walking subway art. Aye, aye, Captain. But I would prefer you stuck to drawing on paper instead of people. The last thing we need is kids doodling on each other because Counselor Jake thinks it's cute. No promises. Summer's lips curled with quiet satisfaction.
Good.
You two will make a weird but functional team. Just try not to kill each other. I think it's you and Jake that's going to kill each other, not me. Before I could react, Summer grabbed Jake's wrist with one hand and mine with the other, guiding them together. There, Summer announced, stepping back with a satisfied nod. Jake didn't flinch. Instead, he laced his fingers through mine and gave an exaggerated theatrical bow. Partners in crime. This is going to be a disaster. Or a masterpiece. See? Teamwork.
After some time, we reached a clearing in the trees. The sun blazed overhead, casting golden warmth across the open land. In the center stood the main cabin of Camp Bear Ridge, rustic and sturdy, the wood-paneled exterior weathered by time. Wide fields of flat, open ground stretched endlessly beyond the massive structure. It seemed perfect for pitching tents and setting up campfire circles. I expected the buzz of preparation, camp counselors arriving in groups, hauling gear, laughing, unpacking supplies, maybe arguing over tent spots. But there was none of that. No walkie-talkie chatter, no hurried footsteps, barely any parked cars. Just us, standing in a vast sunlit clearing that felt far too quiet for what was supposed to be counselor training.
Me personally, I feel like a summer camp should absolutely positively, let me move my mic. Sorry, I had to hear the squeaky squeaks. I feel like a summer camp shouldn't be so deep into the woods. I think that personally, a summer camp should be like on the front part of the woods. You know, there's the deep back dark part of the woods, and then there's like the bright sunny, you might still see a little bit of city. And I know the whole thing is to get away from the city life, the lights, the noise, and all that stuff. That's why you go camping, right? So you can experience Mother Nature in all its glory, right? Here's my thing. It's too many people when it comes to hiking and everything, and they're not deep hiking. There are too many people getting lost. So does it sound like a good idea for a summer camp for children to be in the deepest part of the woods? To be honest, does that sound good? That doesn't sound good to me. That sounds like trouble. That sounds like kids getting lost in the woods. That sounds like, even if like nothing bad happens, let's say nobody comes and kidnaps a kid, or no spooky things are in the forest trying to hurt them, or no bears get them. A kid could just wander off and get lost. Look at me. I have a terrible sense of direction, and it's always been that way since my head injury, and my head injury was at 6. Like, not 6, it was actually later than 6. Like, I think my mom said like I bust my head open at 2 technically, but as time progressed, my memory got bad, and it only like kind of affects small parts and stuff. Like, I can't remember certain things, like names. I struggle with names a little bit. Like, it's stupid. It's nothing that like affects my daily life. It's not like I can't remember your name is Adam, Steve, or Jake, but it's like a unique name. I might not remember your name, but I'll definitely remember your face. It's like if your name was like Anastasia or something like that. I would probably forget your name, but I would definitely remember your face or our encounter in some way. But the thing is like, just for camping, I don't feel like kids, even if they didn't have something happen to their memory, I don't feel like kids should be in the deepest part of the woods. Like, put them like in the middle part of the woods, like where it's kind of like it feels deep, but they're about 20 minutes away from walking to the city type of thing. Like, they're walking to a road or something and find something. That's just my personal opinion.
Bear Ridge was the most popular summer camp in all of New Empress. The place should be teeming with activity this time of year, shouldn't it?
Right.
Jake was the first to speak up.
Okay.
Whoa.
Is it always this quiet? Yeah, where is everyone?
Oh.
I don't know. This is strange. For a brief second, Summer's confidence facade faltered. She has been keeping this "I'm the leader, listen to me" thing, and now it's falling. No. Her eyes scanned the clearing, narrowed and alert, like she was calculating something. Her posture stiffened, the corners of her mouth twitching downward. Uncertainty flickers across her face like a shadow, swift but noticeable. That brief crack in her armor said more than words ever could. Then, just as quickly, she straightened her shoulders and smoothed the tension from her face. Maybe everyone's running late. Let's check in with Ian. Summer led our advances to the main cabin. This is trouble. And where is Andre? Candy tapped my shoulder. Where's Andre? I shrugged, my gaze sweeping over the campgrounds. There was no sign of him anywhere. We stopped at the front door of the cabin. Summer reached for the knob and pulled. It didn't budge. Huh? She tried again, twisting harder, then rattling it. Still locked. That's not right. Ian's always here early to greet everyone. He practically lives in this place. So, Summer has been here before. I think this might be Jenny's first time and Jake's first time. I don't know about Candy and Andre, but Summer is used to this. She knows Ian and stuff. And if she says that Ian is always here early, that makes me worry, because why isn't Ian here now? She backpedaled and scanned the front of the cabin. That's when I noticed it. Wait, there's something on the door. I stepped closer and peeled a wind-ruffled piece of paper. Oh my God. From where it hung crookedly on the cabin door frame. Be back in a minute. The ink had bled slightly, like it had been written in a hurry. Candy peered over my shoulder at the letter. That's from Mr. Matthews. I know his handwriting. It's like chicken scratch. Okay, so Candy's been here before too. All right. Give me that. She snatched a letter from my hand and read it out loud.
Hey, Bear Ridge superstars. Got a family emergency that needs handling, but I'll be back before the kids arrive. Please use your tents for shelter instead of the cabins for now. Long story, plumbing issue. There's a cooler with food and drinks locked in the back shed. Keys are with Norman. Stick to the itinerary and I'll see you soon. Behave yourselves, Mr. Matthews.
Can you just imagine that we have to now sleep outside? No. If I'm going to go camping, it's going to be in a cabin. Okay? If I'm going to go in the woods, it's going to be in a cabin. I don't want a bunch of windows on the cabin or anything like that. I want like maybe one window. You want to see sunlight? Step outside. Step outside the cabin. I want it to be barricaded, and I want weapons, and I want ways to lock the cabin deeply, and I want it to be a small cabin, not a big cabin. Huh? Who's Norman? Oh God! Don't scare me like that, Norman. You loser. Push him down. Snatch his glasses off. Hang him up by his pull string. Like, get him out of here. Jesus. Looking for me? I yelped, spinning so fast I nearly tripped over my own feet. Candy shrieked, hiding behind me, clinging to my shoulders for protection. Even Summer flinched. I locked eyes with the lanky redhead wearing thick-rimmed glasses, his pale face splashed with freckles. I like freckles, though. They're cute. I have freckles. You just can't tell. Judging by the Camp Bear Ridge uniform and the keys jangling on his wrist, this must be the guy Mr. Matthews mentioned in his letter, Norman. Christ, Norman, you scared us. What did I tell you about sneaking up on folks? I wasn't sneaking around. I've been here all morning. It's you guys who showed up late. Summer raised her palm, silencing him.
Whatever.
Ian said that you have the keys to the shed? Yeah. I don't know what Norman sounds like. Okay, so I'm going to give him that nerdy, dorky, nasally voice. I already have a nasally voice, kinda. And especially because my sinus has been acting up. Y'all have noticed it, and I hate that y'all notice it. Because y'all be like, oh, voyia, your voice sounds weird. It sounds lower. It sounds deeper. And it makes me sad because I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's my sinus. It's like when my sinus act up, my voice lowers for some reason. I don't know why. His trembling fingers fumbled with the shed key before he shoved it into Summer's outstretched hand. He could meet her gaze. His eyes darted around as if searching for an escape. Even as a newcomer, it didn't take long to see Norman was a total pushover. Oh, now I feel bad because he is a cutie pie. He's a cutie pie. And he shouldn't be picked on because he has red hair and glasses and shorts on. And it's hot, so it doesn't matter if he's got shorts on. I almost felt sorry for him. Norma's gaze flickered to me, Jake, and Candy. You guys must be the new counselors.
Welcome to Camp Bear Ridge.
Yay! I'm glad I gave him the nasally voice because that's definitely how he sounds. Kind of like this. Yay! I wish Mr. Matthew was here to greet you guys, but you read the note, right? Norman sighs deeply, his brown eyes dark, troubled. He was acting weird before he left, like something was really wrong.
I'm really worried about Mr. Matthews.
I wouldn't mind if all of this was, like, read by them, personally. But I do like that they let me jump in and out and read it. But I'm not going to be able to make all their voices. That's why I won't do the country accent, because my country accent is trash. But I'm just happy that they're jumping in and out, giving us a chance to read and stuff. But I'm not going to make their voices as good as they are. They sound really good. Jake, Candy, and I exchanged wary glances. Summer flipped her hair over her shoulders, a smug grin plastered on her face. Obsessed much? Norman's cheeks flushed a vivid red. Why would you do that? Obsessed? No, just worried. Ian's fine. You're overreacting as usual. Oh my God, don't do that to him. Especially because we told you that he was yelling at us on the phone. So something is wrong. He'll be back before you know it, and everything will be smooth sailing once again. We'll do our jobs, take care of the kids, and get paid, just like every summer. So take a breath, Norman. Do your little job, and try not to spiral, okay? He nods obediently.
Sorry.
Okay, Summer. That sounds fine and dandy, but where is everyone? Should more counselors be here for training? Norman hesitates, then glances towards the narrow hiking trail, sneaking through the dense forest. I don't want to go back in the forest anymore. Dappled with the golden sunlight and lined with ferns, absolutely not. Some of the others are arriving late. Ian told me to expect a second group this afternoon. I'll go wait for them. Someone has to make sure they don't wander off into the woods like Jenny here did. Summer's kind of picking on us a little bit. Okay, we made a mistake. It's one mistake. Relax. Norman perked up immediately, shaking his head a little too fast. No, I got it. I'll go. You've got enough on your plate, Summer. It's the least I can do. Summer raised an eyebrow. You sure? I don't mind. Positive. I insist. He gave her a hopeful smile, the kind that screamed pick-me energy without saying a word. I love you, Summer. He must have a crush on Summer. It's understandable. Look at Summer. Tell me you wouldn't at least try. Okay, women and men, we all agree. Summer's hot. I'll let them know where to go and give them the grand tour. You should, rest. You deserve it, Summer. No one fought him on it. Summer shrugged and waved him off, already losing interest.
Whatever.
Suit yourself. Without another word, Norman turned and started down the trail, shoulders hunched, like he was bracing for something. I watched him disappear around the bend, a weird unease settling in my stomach. I didn't know the guy. By the way he walked off like that, if I didn't, excuse me, it felt wrong. Summer clapped her hands twice, sharp and authoritative.
All right, listen up. The sun is going down soon, and unless you want to spend the night being feasted on by mosquitoes, I suggest you pick a spot and start setting up your tents.
I guess me and Jake is going to share tents tonight. She stepped forward, eyes scanning the tree ring clearing with a natural authority, like the forest itself had elected her in charge.
Try to spread out a bit. Plenty of space. No need to be on top of each other. And keep your gear close.
All right.
I don't want to hear anyone crying about their stuff getting soaked in dew or getting dragged off by some curious critter.
Got it. No one argued. Well, here we go. We're going to go look for a place. We scattered, quietly sizing up the open land around us. The forest was still, the shadows growing longer. I had to get this tent set up fast. I chose a flat patch of ground, a little ways from the others, where the grass had been pressed down by time or traffic. I couldn't tell. Okay, so hopefully this means that me and Jake will have some alone time. This actually looks like a decent spot. Like a little far away from the trees, smack down in the middle. We'll be okay. We can look around, check and stuff. All right, we can secure the perimeter and be good. I chose a flat pasture ground a little ways from the others, where the grass had been pressed down by time or traffic. I couldn't tell. It looked good enough. You don't want good enough. You want great. You want perfect in the forest, okay? Focus, Jenny, focus. Zipping a tent bag felt like a puzzle in itself. I'd practiced once in the backyard, but Now that the pressure was on, I nearly forgot the entire process. I glanced around. Candy was already halfway through setting hers up with a smug little smirk. She like, yeah, I'm true to this. I'm not new to this. And meanwhile, me over here, new to the forest. I need help. Candy, get over here. Jake hadn't even started yet, and Andre looked like he was about to build a cabin out of spite. I turned back to my mess. The tent fabric flopped like a dead fish, and one of the poles was trying to stab me in the shin. Oh my God. This would be me. This would be me in the forest. Not a clue what I'm doing. I would be so lost and so disgusted with myself. I took a deep breath, crouched down, and tried again. Slower this time. Stake by stake, pole by pole. One weird little clip at a time. This would be me. I gotta do it. This is me. All right, I cleaned it up. What am I doing? Oh, there's another piece right there. Build tent. Right on. Fun fact, getting killed by wildlife is one of the rarest ways to die while camping in a national park. Oh my God, you're more likely to trip down something. Pause it and read it and tell me what it said. Eventually, it stood. Sort of. It's not that bad. You did good. I like it. She did good. The tent leaned a little to the left and sagged in the middle like it was tired just being alive. But it was up, technically. Should I spruce this place up a bit or keep it natural? Okay. Green and earthy, original, and ours pretty in pink. I feel like she would be pretty in pink. Let's pretty in pink it. Need some extra sparkle in your life? This girly tent overflows with soft pink hues, twinkling fairy lights, and charming essence, perfect for a magical escape. This would make me stay. Let me look at the greeny one. Not my style. Let me click this one and see. Find your sanctuary in the lush, vibrant tent, adored with cascading hanging plants. I'm sorry, I just had the worst thought in my head, and maybe it's just because I don't like the thought of camping. I've never been camping before, but I don't like the thought of camping. But I had like, why the heck would I want greenery in here when I could just look outside the tent? It was a thought that I had, and it made me laugh. Intertwined vines, and it brings a serene beauty of nature indoors. I do not like this, and we know it's the natural one. So let's do pretty and pink. Pink and pretty. Just the flair this place needed. I made up my bed and fluffed up my spare hoodie into a makeshift pillow. The fairy lights cast a soft glow overhead, making the neon walls shimmer like moonlight on a quiet lake. Although this might make me a target too now that I think about it. Like, if an animal sees the lights, wouldn't they follow the lights? I don't know how bears and stuff work, okay? So tell me if you've ever been camping or you know something about nature. Would the bears follow the light? I don't know. Laid back on my bed, legs crossed at the ankles, the smell of grass, fabric, and distant campfire smoke settling around me. For the first time all day, I felt good. Not perfect, but good. I pulled out my songbook, its corners bent and covers scribbled on, and flipped to the blank page. My pen hovered, then landed. Words arrived slowly, careful and unsure, as if they weren't quite ready to be seen. Well, at least I think this would be a perfect place to create, personally. I used to tremble at the break of dawn. Shadows danced until the courage was gone. I tapped the page, mouth perched, hummed a little melody, scribbled a G chord. The tent may have been crooked, but in that moment, it felt like my own tiny studio. I could hear the guitar in my head already, low and steady, humming under the lyrics. Outside, the evening wind rustled through the trees. Inside, I kept writing. Then came the footsteps. Don't, please be Jake. Please be Jake. Please be Jake or Summer. Soft at first, crunching lightly through the grass outside. I froze, pen hovering above the page. Someone was close. The shadow moved across the thin neon wall. Before I could call out, the flap opened. Ah, Jake. Hi, Jake. The flap opened, and Jake slips inside without asking. No knock, no hello, just Jake, tousled hair with a mischievous smile, smiling like cedar, marker ink, and trouble. Yes. That's what we like to see. I wish they would show the marker in his hand, but I haven't seen it. He must have it in his pocket or something. There was a rolled up sleeping bag tucked under his arm. Yo. He didn't even look at me right away, just plopped his sleeping bag down next to my bed like he lived here, like it was a completely normal thing to do. Now, Jake, if you were going to share a tent with me, the least you could have done is help me build it. What are you doing? Jake stretched out, arms behind his head like this was a sleepover. His bare arm brushed mine, warm. My tent is boring. Yours is colorful, bright, has soul. I'm upgrading. He said it so casually, like crashing my tent was just part of the nightly intent. Let me tell you something, Jake. Let me tell you right now. You're going to help me take this tent down. You're going to help me take all these butterflies. Are those butterflies? Hold on. Whatever those are on this thing, you're going to help me take it all down, okay? And put this up. You should have helped me build it in the first place. He's going to come and I'm going to watch her build the tent. Yeah, my tent's boring. I'm just going to upgrade. And if I go out there and I don't see a tent built that's yours, I'm going to beat you up. I stare at him, my pulse racing. He finally looked over at me, one brow raised. What? Aren't you lonely in here by yourself? I wasn't. Not until he said it. Jake lay beside me, arm plopped behind his head, like a makeshift pillow. He was making himself comfortable in my tent, inviting himself in without considering my feelings. That's what I'm talking about. We only met this morning, and already he acted like we known each other for years. It was like social rules just don't apply to him. There was something offbeat about him. Odd. Strange. Not like normal people. For some reason, I couldn't explain. That only made me want to understand him more. Okay, so Jake is my mysterious guy. But the logical side of me was screaming to get out now while I still had a chance. It warned me that Jake wasn't just strange. He was unpredictable. I like unpredictable guys. My gaze flicked to the pocket knife poking out of his jeans, just visible enough to make me wonder. Not threatening, but a reminder. Of what? I wasn't sure. Still, I remained rooted in place, caught in the gravitational pull of his strange little orbit. I closed my songbook, plagued with conflicting thoughts. Of course. Jake needed to learn to respect my boundaries, but I didn't want to ruin this fragile, weird, magnetic little thing that we were building. I mean, you can still set boundaries and not ruin the moment, and Jake seems like the kind of understandable guy. Like, I get it. I'm cool. I'm chill. Like, if I'm overstepping a little bit, tell me and I'll back off a little bit. You know, like, he seems like that type that I could tell that, like, yo, you're kind of overstepping a little. Mama needs you to back down. I didn't understand it yet, but I wasn't ready to let it go. I took a deep breath and exhaled deeply. I had two choices: ask him to leave or confront him about his behavior lately. Whew. And I can't save, so I'm going to pick this choice. I'm not going to push him away. I'm going to be brave. I feel like he's an understanding person. I drew in a breath, steadied my voice, and forced myself not to get lost in those pretty blue eyes. When I spoke, It came out steadier than I expected, clear, direct, and without apology. Jake, I think you should go. That made him freeze. His expression fell, replaced by something quieter. Oh my God, like confusion trying to disguise itself. So what happens if I brush it off? Like now I want to know what happens if I brush it off. Can I load? Of course. Let me do something real quick. So what happens if I push it away? I drew in a breath, steadied my voice, and forced myself not to get lost in those pretty blue eyes. When I spoke, it came out steadier than I expected, clear, direct, and without apology. You know, you keep doing that. Jake blinked. Doing what? Barging in, getting close, like it's normal. That made him freeze. His expression fell, replaced by something quieter, like genuine confusion. Is it?
No.
No, not really. We met today, Jake. Huh. Guess I skipped the small talk part. I shook my head, fighting back the urge to smile. I had to stick to my guns. I had to be firm. You skipped a few parts. He sat there for a long time, chewing on the silence like it tasted bitter. When he finally spoke, his voice was softer than before, almost unsure, like he was testing the weight of his own thoughts before saying them aloud. I'm making you uncomfortable, aren't I? I didn't mean to. It's not that I think I can barge into people's personal space. Boundaries, warnings, feelings, I see them, but it's like they don't stick. Like my brain skips that part and barrels forward anyway. I act first, feel second, think third, if at all. He's aware of his actions and how they make people feel, and instead of stopping them, he's choosing like that's just how I am. I've always been this way. I'm not going to change. Everything happens fast in my head, and I don't always realize how it lands until it's already done.
I've always been like this, impulsive, too much. I walk into rooms I'm not invited to because I think maybe someone wants me there. Then I realize I read it wrong. Too late.
He hesitated.
I don't feel things like normal people do. Not always, when I should. Sometimes it's like there's this fog, and by the time it clears, I've already screwed something up.
Okay. Do you want me to leave? So I don't mind sharing a tent with him. Just because we're sharing a tent doesn't mean we got we don't have to do all that. We don't have to get freaky in this tent. We could just share a tent and just get to know each other. And that's perfectly fine. I 100% believe that male and female can be friends. It don't have to go that far. Unless Jake wants it to. But it doesn't have to go that far. We know how Jenny feels. But she is right. We barely know him. And I kind of like this part anyway, because my heart said to pick this anyway. But I wanted to know if maybe standing our ground and being firm, like, would we be like, you need to, like, slow down. But she just flat out told him to get out. And I don't think we would have learned this. So I'm glad I went back and chose what I really wanted to choose in the first place. But I just feel like he just needs to understand boundaries, and he could learn that. But I don't want him to leave. Of course, like, especially me, I'd be scared in here by myself. I would probably want to sleep by myself, but him being in here for now is not going to be a problem, I guess. There was another beat of silence between us. And for once, he didn't try to fill it with charm. He just looked at me like he was waiting to see if I meant it, if I'd kick him out. I didn't. Something shifted in his stormy blue eyes, like a crack deep beneath the surface was finally giving away. One fracture, and everything he buried came rushing up in a flood too strong to stop. Look, I know I'm a lot, too much. I've been told that my whole life. But the second I met you, he paused, searching for the words. It felt like someone finally tuned into the same weird station I've been broadcasting on. Like I could be myself, messy, impulsive, a little crazy. You make me feel safe. Oh, I know that feeling, Jake. I really do. I know that feeling all too well when you finally find someone who makes you feel like you can be yourself and you can let your guard down. I don't have to hide or filter or shrink down just to be tolerated. He shook his head, laughing awkwardly without humor. That probably sounds intense. I know it's fast. I know I'm fast, but I'm here because of you. You're the reason I walked into this tent. Not the pretty lights, the decor, or the art. Not because I feel lonely, just you. This is so sweet. His voice dropped, almost a whisper. Being around you makes the world feel quieter. Like maybe I'm not so broken after all. My chest ached, caught between the surprise of his confession and the raw honesty behind it. I felt like the air had been knocked out of my lungs, like his words had reached a part of me I didn't know existed. No one has ever said anything like that to me before, not with that kind of clarity, not with that kind of vulnerability. I felt exposed and comfort all at once. Could he be playing me? Look, I always have that caution thought in back of my head, because people could be like, I'm so sorry. I just want to be your friend and I care about you and I like you. And then they don't really like you. They're like, look, I just wanted somewhere to sleep. I didn't want to build a tent. I'm sorry, my bad. Like, he could be like that. Wanted in a way that went deeper than just being liked. And terrifying as that was, it was also kind of beautiful. A voice silenced through the quiet, yanking us back to reality. Attention campers, I have refreshments here. Drinks for everyone. Jake blinked and looked towards the flap. Cherry Kool-Aid, people, and yes, there's ice. Plenty of ice to go around. We both turned towards the faint glow outside. The camp had grown dark, shadows stretching long and deep between the trees. But there Summer was, standing next to the weathered picnic table, her silhouette outlined in moonlight. A big plastic pitcher of Kool-Aid glistening with condensation beside her, red as rubies and twice as tempting. I haven't had Kool-Aid in years. Jake's eyes brightened. That actually sounds amazing. I hadn't realized how parched I was until now. My throat was dry, lips chapped. Refreshments was exactly what I needed. Jake looked back at me, the edge of his smile returning to his face. You want to go? I hesitated, then nodded. Maybe the night wasn't done unraveling just yet. I'm going to stop it right here. Not because I want to, but because they are doing something outside that sounds like construction, sounds like a motor. I don't know what it is, and it's been going on for the last 30 minutes. And it just keeps fading in and out like they're moving. So maybe they're doing something, leaf blowing or something. Whatever it is, it's loud. And I don't want it to be in the video. So thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. Oh, come back after we get our Kool-Aid. Wait. I feel like something bad happens when you drink the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. We actually needed water. I don't think she should have made Kool-Aid in the first place. We should have water. But anyways, like, comment, and subscribe if you join, and hype the video up. Hit that hype button too. I love each and every one of you guys. You guys help the channel grow all the time, and I love you guys for it. Peace and love. Stay safe out there, everybody. Bye-bye.